Hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are watching us. I want to say good afternoon. This is your number one internet station, Igalaradio, live on Facebook, and my name is Gabriel Yunusa. Afternoon Drive is the program. And what is our topic today? It's all about the youth and the future. While I was growing up in primary school, I kept hearing we are the leaders of tomorrow, leaders of tomorrow. I'm heading towards the 50, and I just run past 50. I'll never be leader of tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to be the leader of tomorrow. My son is coming. Just a few days ago, one of these West African nations, a young man, young guys, the leader is just 29 years old. You know the country I'm talking about, took over the government because of high level of corruption. And the coups in Nigeria were done based on the name of corruption. Now, as I speak with you, we don't even understand the name to call it again. Is it hyper corruption or super corruption? I don't know. But if you don't mind, let's contribute to this program this afternoon. Let's do justice to it. My name is Gabriel Yunusa. Please, if you don't mind, tell us where you're watching from and your comments. We're talking about the youth and the future. I have a young man who is also vocal. And you must have seen his name. His name is Scapi. He's not a stranger or a visitor on our platform. He's always been there, and he's always telling us about, he tells us his mind about situations. I want to welcome him right now. He is Abba Samuel Ilojo, popularly known as Scapi. Mr. Scapi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, viewers.
You don't seem happy. What's
no problem.
This is unlike you, man.
It is well.
It has always been well.
Yeah.
Good. Our topic, the youth and the future. What future does hold for us, we the youth? I won't call myself a youth again. I don't pass that. I'm out of that. What about those behind us?
Yeah, good afternoon, viewers. Who is a youth? According to the laws within our country, a youth is any person between the ages of 18 and 35. In other climes like the UN, youth is supposed to be between the ages of 18 and 27 years of age. These are supposed to be young minds who are vibrant, who are, strong in terms of strength. A youth is supposed to be strong, full with vigor and energy. The complaint you were raising about being leaders of tomorrow.
Yes.
The truth is this. It is sad to note that nobody will give you power. Power is taken. It is never given. The beauty of democracy is that you must strategize to take power. We are no longer in the military era. And so using brute or force to take over power is not the question.
But before you continue, using brute or force to take over power.
Yes,
we've seen that recently in our so-called democracy.
Out of fashion. And that is why a lot of civil society, a lot of organizations are condemning it. You cannot use violence to achieve power. It's wrong. Because democracy is supposed to be the voice of the majority that should speak.
Good.
And so strategy wins every elections, and not emotions or not brute or force. That is the simple truth.
All right.
And so when we seek to blame the elderly all the time, it is our fault. I say this without any fear of missing words. Our fault because we, the young minds in the country, are not as serious as the old people of today used to be. And the fault is from probably the type of education that we have today. If you understand, the type of education that our aged parents passed through, it has been eroded. What we have today is actually caricature in itself, and we're calling it education.
Caricature indeed.
I, as a person,
yes,
when they started the issue of state university,
yes,
I was against it to an extent. It is good to empower a lot of people to go to school, but what about education? Because Albert Einstein says education is not the study of fact. It is to train our minds to think. So, the educated souls today, are we actually thinking?
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen, please, we're going to take a break. It's about raining, and we need to leave our location for a better place. Please don't go away. Stay with us while we get. Oh man, I can see a lot of people already writing. But let me I hope we can continue. I would love us. Well, you are youth, so let's stay in this rain. I like it. Let me quickly appreciate those who are already online. I have Yakubu Abbas Prince. He says, good afternoon, watching live from AY. How is AY? Enemali, your comfort says, hallelujah. Which one can be hallelujah? I said this morning. Mohammed Lawal Ibrahim is yes, we're going to move, but I'm still online, so don't worry. I'm still talking. We're going to move from this place, get another better place, so that we can continue with our programs. But nevertheless, we're going to do justice. Don't worry, I'm not going to cut off, so that I can be able to read. We're trying to move away from the rains. You know, God is about to bless us with the rains, and I appreciate every one of you. Okay, I have Mohammed Lawal Ibrahim is also online. Good afternoon, sir. I have Ernest Obetule. He says, good afternoon, Scapo. Oh, yeah? We're moving. Don't worry. We're under the nature, you know. And everywhere you can see is green. Okay, let's see if we can do justice before the rain even properly drives us. All right. Ernest Obetule says, good afternoon, Scapo. Eagle, the king, says, good afternoon, Chief Okanyi, watching from Manchester. Wow. All right, how is the Manchester United data area now? I hope you guys are good. Thank you very much for being part of today's program. Enes Obetule is still watching. Eagle, the king, is still watching. Sule Unekwajo is still online. Enes Obetule says, a great topic for discussion, Mr. Okanyi Enemali. Do and come back. Do and come back, Jare. We dey miss you. Thank you very much. I'll soon join you guys. All right, Sule Unekwajo says, I'm watching you guys. Oh, okay. Joe says, live and very clear from Odolu. The youth know that tomorrow starts from today. If not, we will grow old and the situation will remain the same. Okay. All right. Mordecai Oyibo says, good afternoon, Okanyi Enemali, watching from Abuja. Okay, hi, sir, Abuja. Ladies and gentlemen, we will continue no matter the rain. All right, Scapi, go ahead.
So, like I was saying,
we will need to adjust your seat because of...
Today, we have
yes,
state universities all over.
Good.
This has led to young minds becoming nepotic and tribalistic. I said to you, if you go to Kano State University, you're going to find 80 to 90% of the students being from Kano State.
That's correct.
This is what we're doing now. It will be difficult for us to come together as young people to take over this country because we're going to hide in our enclaves to be discussing tribalism and nepotism. I went to Ahmadu Bello University. I was privileged to attend one of the most revered institutions in the country. Ahmadu Bello, as at then, uses the 774 local governments to capture their admissions. And so in my class, I had a lot of Nigerians. You're not going to understand tribalism if you go to Ahmadu Bello University. And if you look at the young minds that started driving the nation forward right from 1960, they came together to fight for what they are having today. We have today as Nigeria, what they are having today as power. They cannot relinquish it easily. And shun tribalism and shun nepotism. And first, we must understand that the problem is every man's problem. This is the only way we can take over the nation. And back to state. If you go to Kogi State, I say with a clear mind, there's tribalism going on in Kogi State. Another youth from Okun land will not agree easily with the person from Ibira land. Another youth from Igala land will see another man from Ibira land as his enemy. We have Obajana. Have the youths come together to go there to ask how many employment are due to Kogaites? We have National Inland Waterways, the capital in Lokoja. How many Kogaites are working there? These are the questions we should be asking ourselves, and not who becomes the governor.
That's correct.
Who becomes the governor of Kogi State is supposed to be by the matter of capacity of the person, not his tribe. And so we are leaving, you know, the major things and chasing the minor things. That is why it seems the youths are backward. And we turn around to blame the elderly, who are organized. These men took over oil wells, took over the nation's purse right from time. They are organized. We feel it's money that is the problem. It's not money. There's strength in unity.
Very correct.
I will encourage young minds to come together, you know, to work together, see themselves as brothers, partners in progress. That's the only way power can come.
All right, I have Ikoku Omede says, welcome back on the show. Thank you so much. Yes, he is back actually. You know, he's vibrant, and even they talk, you know, as he they mine, so they drop him. All right, Ikoku, thank you so much. Samson Aduku Samson Joe says, Okanyi, you are still a youth, please. Forget about forget about age. Okay, agree, sir. Sule Unekwojo says, help me use your good space to wish His Excellency Captain Idris Wada happy 70th birthday. We have been felicitating all day. Thanks, my people. You see, una they do no invite me. Anyway, Your Excellency, sir, I saw it on the Facebook that you turned 70 today. Congratulations. May the good Lord continue to be with you. More blessings, more good age, more health, more beautiful things to come. Congratulations once more. This is from Sule Unekwojo and my humble self, and virtually every other person again. Hashim Bisala, Dr. Bisala is also online. Stephen Okeme is still watching. My brother, Scapi, today, every young man you see on the street, he wants to become rich quickly. He does not care to go through process, lay down process. Don't you think that is also another negativity against us?
Well, it is not a negative trend to see people, aspiring to be rich.
Yes.
Development comes with a lot of ills. When a society is developing, too many things will evolve.
Like what is happening in Aimba?
Exactly. You will see too many, ugly things raising its heads. The future is actually for those who plan for it.
That's correct.
The syndrome of getting rich quick shouldn't be the issue. Plan to get rich. That is what the issue is supposed to be. We have arable lands. We have so many wonderful things in Kogi State that people can, all Nigeria at large, that you can actually, engage yourself to. If you plan to be rich, definitely you are going to be rich. The reason why you see, youths trying to get rich quick is because of the trend. I
want to belong.
Yeah, I don't want anyone in my family to watch music videos. Not because I'm not a social human being, but if you look at especially the Nigerian and American type of music videos, they promote drugs, they promote women, they promote undue wealth. Every musician, portrays the fact that he's rich. And so when you get a young person watching this, what do you think he will think about? What you read, what you listen to, what you watch, you become that thing.
That's correct.
And so youths are watching too many, fake things that we're not supposed to engage our time into. Other than studying, you sit down, you watch, music videos from morning till night. You will begin to imagine living that type of life.
That's
flying
correct.
a private jet and driving all the Rolls Royce. That is actually what is happening. But it is good for someone to aspire to be rich. How are you planning to get rich? That is the issue that we should advise this youth.
How are you planning to get rich?
Yes.
Don't forget, if you take a shortcut to success, it will cut you short later.
True.
That is the truth. So, if you want to become rich because you're seeing somebody flying jet in a video, I am a producer. I understand all the tricks involved. So, don't even bother, because that same person that just sang, if you see up, they say, you say, na lie. There's a lot of tricks involved. But nevertheless, it's good to aspire to be rich.
Yeah.
But then, follow the due process. Work for it, plan for it, and then do the right thing. Once you get the good riches, when good riches comes, it does not come with sorrow. That's my scripture that tells me that. So, ladies and gentlemen, good evening wherever you're watching us. I want to appreciate every one of you. My friends from Manchester, our brother from Cyprus, our brother from Malta, Ireland, Russia, Dublin, Holland, Denmark, and so on and so forth, from Mali, the place where they just take over government. Is it Mali? Or, yeah, the place they took over government just now. I hope you are okay, my brother. Please concentrate on your business, and may the good Lord bless your handwork. Ladies and gentlemen, the youths, we need to wake up. All right, Mordecai says, Mr. Scapi, thank you for your contribution. The fact still remains, the elders hold firmly to power. They are rich with experience and understood the trick of divide and conquer. Okay? Of divide and conquer. Once they drop one, Ghana must go. Over 1,000 youths will no longer think of tomorrow. Fantastic. Do you believe in his assertion?
Well, he is correct, because we are all economic animals and we react to financial incentives.
Okay.
So when monies are given, it will change some minds. But I said to you that at the age of 21, I conquered Ahmadu Bello University. I became the PRO. How did I, manage to do that? I went into the power of unity. I built a team. I and a few young men like Tijani Usman Shehu, Mesele Folujo, and the likes of General Matifo, Precious, Abdul Wahid Umar. He's from Okene, in Kogi State. We formed Congo Democratic Alliance. And before I left Ahmadu Bello University in 2003, we produced about 2 SUG presidents in Ahmadu Bello University. And so from there, we moved on to National Association of Kogi State Students, NACOS, where I played a major role, in seeing how the association would fare. I understand that unity is stronger than money.
That's correct.
That's what I'm saying. If we, Kogi youths, come together today to ask for what actually belongs to us, or Nigerian youths come together to ask what belongs to us, you see, we are forgetting something. Mr. President, the time he signed the Not Too Young to Run bill into law, he said this is the last time he will run. That is the second time that youth should support him. And if he's leaving, he will hand over to a youth. We need to catch into that statement. We need to latch into it and tie ourselves around that statement. But how are we going to unite to produce a united front? By filing behind the youth. That is the problem.
That's the issue.
If you bring a youth out, other than the Ghana must go that, we're all having the assertion about, bring a youth out today and you will see the quantum of criticism against that young man. Yeah, that's the truth. In other climes, like in France, Macron used the social media to take over. But what are we using the social media to do here?
It's insults.
We are using it to insult ourselves, to destroy people, to propel fake news. So these are the issues. If we want to take over power, we must remember that unity is the only solution. And not, yes, they can use money. Monies are good, to solve problems. Even the Bible bear that witness, that money answereth all things.
That's correct.
I accept. But if you know that your future is better than this little Ghana must go, why can't we come together and begin to sponsor ourselves into houses of assembly, houses of representatives, the Senate, governor, and then why can't we try 2023 to launch one Nigerian young mind that is not more than 50 and file behind that person? We control more than 60% of the population of this country. And we in terms of vote, we have the strength. So why are we shying away from the fact?
Okay, let's talk about agriculture and also the youth, women and youth especially, because my little experience at home shows that the elders, only very few, the percentage is very small around the farm, but the rest are women and youth. Do you think we can also derive a strength from that? Fine.
You see, in terms of agriculture, what I want to advise our young minds to understand is this. The elders are farmers. The rich people are discussing.
All of them are farmers. Majority of them are farmers.
But there's this illusion that farmers are poor people. Farmers are this and
no,
that.
Sir.
There's a lot of money to be assessed through NISAL Microfinance Bank and some anchor borrower scheme that the CBN has just, brought under the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari.
Yes.
Youth should go back to farming because you are going to sustain your own self first.
That's correct.
Before adding to the value that you are meant to create to this world, to the nation's purse, through the tax that they will take from you. And so farming rather, will help us a great deal. Because it will put food on the table and then put monies in our pocket. If you have monies in your pocket and food on your table, you can think well.
Very correct.
And so I'm encouraging everyone to begin to look. Farming is not until you carry home and cutlass.
The man who sells the produce is a farmer.
What about value addition?
Value addition.
We have a lot of crops in the country that you can pick just an aspect and go into value addition.
That's correct.
And then you will make your money. What about packaging? There are so many things that we can do in the angle or area of farming.
Yeah.
So agriculture is actually the way to go because the economy is already melting. Oil is fluctuating up and down. And so the only thing that man cannot do without is food. And so when you think of agriculture, it means you are thinking of the future.
Very correct.
And then you are going to be you sustain yourself first.
That's correct.
And when you sustain yourself, you are going to be called a man that you are or a woman that you are because you're not going to go around begging. You're not going to depend on any politician.
Very correct.
For help.
All right, I have Samson. Aduku Samson Joe says Nigeria youth don't even listen to news again. Wale Soyinka started writing news commentary from primary school, but youth of now spend time to watch Big Brother Nigeria and Enemali. No time for creativity, and we want to take over. We are far from reaching this tomorrow. Where are the prophets? Okay, well, he's actually talked about it, and you have also more, on it. Thank you very much, Mr. Aduku. Ayo White says, like mind speaks alike, even from any distance. You are speaking my mind, especially on the unity aspect. All right, Ikoku Omede says some youths have poverty. Some youths have poverty eating deep into their thinking. They have been so malnourished to the point that their brains are poorly developed during formative stage, coupled with egocentric and excess. Egocentricity and excessive greed. It makes it so easy to betray the cause with just a plate of ijolo. All right, Sonny Okute is also online. A plate of ijolo. Okay, Gabriel Ojonuguabu. I think this is my brother from Cyprus. I mean, from Malta, if I'm not mistaken. Or Port Harcourt. Well, thank you very much. Okay, my brother from Cyprus. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Gabriel Abu says, Mr. Okanyi, this your guest is eloquent. Now, so in fact, he makes my program so lively. The issue of youth taking power, his opinions are very right. But we have youth in power in Kogi State. Do you think this elder will release power to the youth, considering the happenings in the state and Nigeria at large? Live from Cyprus. All right, he's asking a question. Do you think we have a youth in Kogi? Well, okay, he's a youth, all right. We have a youth in Kogi, and with what is happening, do you think the elders will release this power?
Yes, they must release power.
Okay.
And as I sit here, without missing words, I have no blame on Alhaji Ayabelo for what is happening in the state. No governor has ever had it smooth in Kogi State. And like I said, the unity of Kogi State is one of the major problems that we have in that state. The circumstance that brought Bello into power, go back to it. The man died and Bello took over. And a section of the state is not happy. You can't blame them because their own son died because we're already enmeshed in tribalism in this climate, in this country. And so since then, it has been battle upon battle upon battle. In Jigawa State, nobody went to court. Go and find out. Nobody went to court in Jigawa State because they have their own mechanism in which they resolve issues. But you know how many court cases that Bello has? Even the people that took Bello to court, they are spending a hell of money. They're spending money.
That's correct.
These are monies that are supposed to be useful to the people of Kogi State. Even though you are PDP, you are DPP, you are...
Imagine our party agreed to come together with this much more money. Yeah,
and
20 million, 100 million and all of that.
The state people refuse to support will not succeed. Don't you understand? If we want a better Kogi State, we must come together. Provided a man becomes the governor of Kogi State, let us rally around that governor. Be that person from Igala land, from Oku land, from Ibira land. I'm not saying if you are aggrieved, you should not seek redress. You can go to court to seek redress if you feel you'll be cheated upon or you'll be victimized. But after the court cases,
what next?
That is one of the major problems that we are seeing in the state. And I need everyone to go to Google as I'm speaking. Google the number of civil servants in the country.
Yeah,
you'll be shocked that some states has about 2,000, 1,000.
Very, very small.
But Kogi has up to 39,000.
That's correct.
At a point. Now, when Alhaji Ibrahim was leaving Kogi State, he did relativity, for God's sake. A director in Kogi State earns how much? Go to Niger State that have not done relativity. How much is the director earning? And so you see that when monies come into Kogi State, virtually all the monies go for recurrent expenditure. How much will be left for capital development? Because what people are crying about mostly in Kogi State is capital development, infrastructure. There's a lot of decay in the state.
Very, very
There are states that are raising education summits. The sons and daughters that are blessed. contribute their own money.
Education Trust Fund.
Trust fund,
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, true son
yes.
Sorry, trust fund, like Lagos State.
That's correct.
And they are doing
even
a lot
security
of things with
trust fund.
People are building hospitals.
Yeah, individuals.
Go and try to organize a summit in Kogi State, bringing the three senatorial districts together.
You enter trouble.
If it is possible. So if once a man becomes a governor, the person will be left alone. The same was said about Wada. People said Wada was a failure. And today Wada is out. People said Audu was a failure in 2003. And they still booted him out. And today is Bello. Is it how we'll continue criticizing and condemning every governor that come on seat? So the solution is we must rally around power to ensure that our state, not my tribe, but our state should be among the communities of nations. We must be where we are supposed to. Our state first. Our state.
Kogi first.
Yes.
Our state first. All right, Mordecai Ibo says he's replying, Iko Kwomede, Enemali Ijolo is made from yam, orange, and other ingredients. Oh, is it Ijolo you are talking about? Adugu something, okay? Same thing. Ijolo is yam porridge. All right, thank you so much. Ilo White says, my brother, nobody will release power to you. Therefore, make up your mind and prefer to take over the power. The answer is take over. Ask, it shall be given. Ask. Now, person will knock, then go give up. All right, now the Bible talks so. All right, Aduko Samson says, Yolo is yam porridge. All right. Mordecai says, Kapi, have there been any election that has not ended up in court since 1999 in Kogi? Is the court process hindering Mr. Bello from performing his constitutional role? He's asking a question. Can you answer Mordecai, please?
Well, Mordecai, like I said, before we criticize, let us look at the issues. Once you say performance, I don't understand the indices that you are using. Kogi needs bailout from federal government. How do I mean? Kogi borders 10 states.
That's correct.
And Kogi is connecting about 29 states. So Kogi is now the harbinger for criminals. They are not coming to kidnap you guys. They are on our roads. If you go to Kaba, they are there. If you go to after Itobebi Alo, they are there. On Abuja Road, they are there.
Just after Gegu.
Why do you think they are to kidnap those that are passing through Kogi? Yes. Now, when monies are released to other states, what have you heard about kidnaps in Ebonyi? Of course, no, because Ebonyi is just a landlocked state that is one-sided. Crime cannot just happen like that. If you go into Ebonyi,
they will catch you quickly.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So, people should try to find out how much Kogi is spending on security. How much we are spending on security. And so, if a governor is using almost all his money on salaries and security, which other development do you think will be easily possible for him to go into? I'm saying this because we have had governors. I'm not blaming any of them. If other governors had the opportunity to develop Kogi State, Bello would have just be building upon. People are not holding brief for, there's no excuse for failure, so to say. But I am saying when we use our innermost mind to think about what is happening in Kogi State, then Kogi needs a lot of interventions from the federal government, just like they are doing to Northeast.
Yes.
They need to come to our aid. There's a lot of criminal activities, on our soil.
Because of the location of the state.
Because of the location of the state. And the government is spending heavily. Each time you see security men on all our roads, do you care to know how much is going down? These are our monies. So imagine if there is no crime. Only recently, we are seeing a lot of arrests and a lot of, they're climbing now on these criminals. So I am saying, rather than sit down to criticize, we should try to bring forward proposals. Let us try to join hands. The areas you feel the government is not doing well, add your voice and try to call his attention to it.
But I've added my voice too, but so many things are yet to be done.
No. The way government operates, they will see it.
Okay.
And they will process it and work on it.
It's all right.
I know there are programs that you are involved in that will soon take place.
I know.
That I know. And so we must stand by every government in Kogi State.
Okay, I have Victor Aleo Adoji says we are all part of the system that created the Frankenstein monster. And and declinating the problem not only wicked. My only hunch is with the ensuring fratricide with fratricide, which has become the province of the elites. That said, there is a reason why Adam Smith first wrote this his book, The Theory of Mortal Sentiment Before the Wealth of Nations. Victor Agba, who? Oh, break it down, sir. Break this thing down. God bless you, sir. Victor Choli tried to call in, but network, I guess, is already raining here. I thank you all. I will go back to that English Victor wrote because I need to get it to sink it. I need to allow it sink into my head. Maybe others too. Aduko Samson Joe says, Okanyi, this your guest today is a factor. He is a good product. God bless him. All right. Makolo Jomak Elojo is watching. Victor Ali says, Broscapi, there's a generic metric for measuring performance. It will be interesting for you to apply that in either inferring or submissing. That way we can absorb Agba. Rabbi Muhammad is also watching. Ojo Chene Bash Lawal Suleiman is also online. Jibo Osumi is also watching. He says, good afternoon. Mordecai said, Dr. Victor Alio Adoji, thank you, sir. You enauki kame thank you make hedoje enki kai yashemo heun agba ebetama kana hubuama medoje kana winu go gbeme. Anyway, I need to read it again. He says, we are all part of the system that created the Frankenstein monster, and delineating the problem / challenge of the youth as belonging to the group, to that group alone, is not only preposterous but wicked. My only hunch is with the ensuring fratricide, which has become the province of the elites. That said, there is a reason why Adam Smith first wrote his book, The Theory of Mortal Sentiment Before the Wealth of Nations. Thank you, sir. Now, Godi. Okay, I still have Rabbi Mohammed says, good afternoon, Nago, sir. When go can Nago? How early? All right, before we round up, don't forget this program is just 15 minutes. Now, look, this should be maybe part one. We'll come out for part two again. Look, what do you think is the way forward? Haven't made all of this assertion?
Readers are leaders. I will encourage you to read a lot of books. Why our leaders seem to be more intelligent, they read a lot of books.
Yeah.
So let us go back to the reading culture of those days and uphold it. Let us try to consult books, read books to train our minds so we can think better. Aside that, we need to come together and begin to unite ourselves. Let us think solution rather than the problem. Let us think solution.
All right. Let us think solution rather than the problem. Thank you very much. Rabbi Mohammed says she's watching live from Lafia. All right, Gabriel Ojonwa Abu, that is our brother from Cyprus, says, Mr. Okanyi, I hardly see well-meaning Kogites coming together to raise funds for noble projects, unlike other states, like in the eastern part of the country. You are very correct. I agree with you. I think we'll begin to make noise on that very soon. Mordecai says, Frankenstein monster is something, you mentioned the breaking down, is something that harms or destroys its creator and cannot be controlled. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for that. You quickly went to the book and dusted it out for us. If not, I was cracking my head and I couldn't do the two things at the same time. All right. Makolo Jomak says, how much of the salaries are being paid? How many persons are paid? Reasonable. How many persons are paid reasonable? Okay. How many persons are paid reasonable sum? How do we explain the problem of people working and not getting paid, plus other working and getting something like 30% of their pays? Honestly, these court cases are factors, but not an excuse. We should apply generic tax. Now bombard me with reading now, Abi. Okay, honestly, the court cases are factors, but not an excuse. We should apply generic tactics, or what, I don't know, I think it's tactics you want to say, of performance measurement. Bello really needs to be liberal and not being on the constant combat with seeking good governance. All right, Chris Collins live from Ankpa. How is Ankpa today? All right, Mordecai says percentage salary. Austin Yunusa says nice one. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to call it a day. Let's draw the curtain here for today. I know it's an interesting topic. Just like I said, part 2 comes up shortly, maybe tomorrow, God's willing, if God permits us to see tomorrow. Thank you very much for being part of today's afternoon drive. My name is Yunusa Gabriel Enemali. I want to appreciate my guest, Abba Samuel Elojo. Thank you so much, and thank you all for your contribution. God bless you. I remain Yunusa Gabriel Enemali Okanyi one, and thank you for your contribution. See you again. This is Gabriel John. Let me read the last one before I leave. The likes of Victor Ali Wadoji, I guess he was one of the gubernatorial aspirants in Kogi State. Yes, you're correct. Not only that, he even aspired to become our senator representing Kogi East. Thank you so much. God bless you, and bye-bye.